Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, welcome. Warriors of Light, Astro and Tarot, I'm David. This is a heart spread reading, 8-card reading for love, romance, and relationship. And this reads the one you're thinking of, the one who's on your mind. Guys, we're using the Gilded Tarot Royale deck today. Use my energy slows, got some bad news, and I sat prayed. And I said, Spirit, give me 20 minutes, carve out a couple readings, truly. And funny thing was, this reading comes in so clear. The bottom of the deck is strength, because you guys need strength, Aquarius, okay? And I'll make this real clear, because this should be pretty quick and super clear. And this is an Aquarius that's in an affair with a married person, okay? And the judgment, but flat out, so... that's not you, it's not your reading. This may only be for one person, but I mean, I asked for clarity and I got it, because I said, Spirit, I ain't got a lot of energy today to figure things out. So this is you showing up with the Queen of Pentacles. I'll say this, you're not a needy person, Aquarius. If you're not older, you're one of those younger people who's capable, and people look at them and going, you're wise beyond your years. You may be financially well off. You're not going around with your hand out, and you're not attract someone out of need. And your person's coming in here with the Hierophant, looking away, and they're in this marriage because this is their energy and around love and relationships, and this is your energy. Okay, so you're in a beautiful position to enter any relationship. They're not. Okay, they're obviously dealing with this issue. Now, the way they relate to you is with the Eight of Swords. Now, the way you relate to them is with the Eight of Wands. Look at the contrast between the eights here, which is a lot of energy. Now, you're putting all your energy of pouring it into them. I love you. I'm here for you. All of these things, really meaning it. You probably feel very passionate about them, sexually passionate. But man, and I'm not saying... I'm going to go through this reading. I'm not really saying that they don't love you. I'm not saying that at all. Just to be clear, you probably got enough on you, right? So get it. So that's not the case. The case is they're in turmoil because they can't really be with you right now for some reason. Now, there's a lot of reasons why this could be. I don't think it's for the reason that they're in love and you're just a side piece and they're putting you off. It's not that. That would be very clear. No, they're stuck in this marriage. I don't really know why. You know why, so I'm not even going to clarify it. You know why they're stuck. But whatever they're telling you, if there's any doubts, it's true. Whatever they're telling, if it's because of medical insurance, if it's because of finances, although I get the feeling you could probably handle that. Like you could probably take care of them if need be. So it's not that. Maybe because of the kids, that's a big thing, there's a lot of reasons, particularly in the United States, it's kind of what I'm dealing with. In Mexico, I had some medical issue, but, a lot of people, they have to stay married because of, medical reasons now. So there's a lot of things that could be here. But the contrast of these two eights is profound. And it's like if for every time that you say, I love you, with your wand, their sword picks it up and goes, I kind of love it that you're telling me that, Aquarius, but at the same time it's kind of killing me that you're telling me that. Your second one, boom, same thing. Third, fourth, fifth, 8 of them. I love you. I'm here for you. I blah da da, and they're like, in my heart, in my heart, in my heart. So I feel you. It's a tragic kind of situation. I get the feeling here. Now, this is advice for Spirit, how to behave in the relationship, giving you the best advice of Spirit. This is the advice for them. You're coming in with Judgment, the Pluto card. Pluto's at 20. I overlooked the astrology for you guys, but I'm just going to roll with this, okay? This is a very pointed reading. I'm certain astrology even matters, There's retrograde and everything else, but I don't think that's relevant here. And they're coming in with the High Priestess, okay? That's their advice for how best to react to you. And I always say, I don't always trust myself. I don't always trust other people. But I always trust the advice from Spirit, okay? And this is the advice for the relationship as a whole. And this is the part you're not going to like. Okay? Because, and I'm not saying the relationship is over, but what I'm saying very clearly is you're being told that you have to make a judgment here. And this is being called up. And so the way you have to look at this is you want to align with your highest values, with your highest self. And you have to really ask yourself, what does that mean to you? You know, to really be called up by Spirit and say, we need you to rise up now, Aquarius, and to move into your highest self, align yourself with your highest self, Aquarius. So this is what you're being told. And, you know, maybe that means you drop this. Maybe that means you hold space for this. Could be either way. It's like really saying, like, whatever you see as best aligning you, with your soul's purpose. And their advice very clearly, look at the same colors here in these cards. They kind of flow. And remember, swords are always thoughts. So if your person's cross-watching, great. I'd love for this to be shared if you think it's helpful and you resonate, particularly this reading, because if you resonate with this reading, honey, it's your reading. It ain't a whole lot of people. I don't read a whole lot of people, unfortunately, because I think I'm doing some great readings. But so if you're watching this and you're going, holy shit, he's talking to me, you're probably the only one, okay? So maybe share it with them. But their advice with the high priest is very similar to judgment, but it's about really trusting their intuition. And high priestess is the higher self too. It's a pure expression, of that, really. And so both of you kind of being given that same instruction. I got to tell you, like I also read intuitively, you wouldn't be getting this kind of advice from Spirit if there wasn't a relationship here. Okay? So both of you are being told also, because this is advice for the relationship as a whole. And look, turning down this cup that's being offered by the hand of God, ignoring the 3 cups here that are sitting behind them. So this is the advice to emotionally detach. Now, it's tricky because I believe with the judgment and with the high priestess especially for your person, they need to drop into their feelings here and get in touch with how they feel, because I think by getting, for them, this may help you, by getting in touch with their feelings on their own, not with you helping, not with you involved, it's going to help them resolve whatever it is that's holding them into this marriage here that's really causing them a lot of pain in terms of how you're interacting with them and they're interacting with you. But the advice for the relationship as a whole is both of you guys got to emotionally detach from this relationship. It's corny as fuck, and I am sorry, but it's like if you love someone, you let them go, and if they come back, then they're the one for you. And it's really as simple as that. And so it's like both of you have to have faith that if you can emotionally detach from this relationship, this could mean, like, I don't know, you get to decide what it means, but it could be that with you kind of talking to them, maybe it's making it worse. Maybe this 8 too, these could be guilt. I was once in a affair my whole life. I'm 62. We were actually separated, but it was just so much guilt associated with it. And so maybe, every time you talk to them, and they're probably like, when they see your text or they hear your voice, they're like, and then, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. I'm married and I'm in love with this other person. You see, I'm telling you. And so something here is by detaching emotionally, it is going to allow them to kind of go in on their own and work on this here. And you have to do that because you recognize that this is the best thing to do for your greatest good. So, I went a little more directive than I meant, but I was channeling there. So there you go. Now, the outcome of the Chariot is very interesting, complex. But it is not only willpower, that is aligning with your highest good. And I believe that there is hope for this relationship, and I think you guys will get together. It may take some time here, 4 months maybe of time or something with the cups. But when you do, you will both be free and you will be both aligning with your highest good, Aquarius.